You are now listening to the Dignified Delinquent. Hey, it's just sophisticated ignorance at its best.
My name is Vanessa, and I ask the tough questions.
Hey, it's Go. You know we stay lit, and you know why you here. So let's get it.
Yep, it's your boy Jerry the Great, and you are tuned into a brand new episode of the Dignified Delinquents. We are in the building, and my peoples are here with me over here jamming to the intro. I see you, Vasco.
Hey,
Vasco.
hey,
You better drop it like this. You better.
It's your boy Sko, and you know I'm finna hit this flow with Roger, bro. You know we lit, and we finna start the show.
Okay. Hey, we gonna pass it to V. We gonna pass it to V, and we gonna see what she say, because she in the thing with her hair in the slate, and she got the microphone, and what she said.
My name is V, and they passed it to me. It's time to start. Hey!
Yo, it's the Dignified Delinquents. We are in the building.
Let's get it
Again. That's the way to start the damn show.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how we start the show.
Let me do the intro real quick. I'm gonna make it quick.
Go
ahead. It's your boy Sko, aka
he had to do this.
VSJ, aka that kid, aka the best vlogger in
Lover.
you know.
Okay.
I had to get it in, you know what I'm saying? Just in case somebody new.
Yeah.
If you is new, might as well go ahead and hit the subscribe button, you know what I mean?
Just in case you knew, and if you is new, you might as well go ahead and hit the subscribe
I'm
button.
telling you now, you ain't
These
gonna regret
headphones, Jerry, your voice sound real like.
Yeah, I sound like I'm
Welcome to the quiet storm.
Yeah, Barry Jones.
it. Jerry can have his own late night radio show.
It's your boy. I actually did a reading, a dramatic reading of like I'll play it for y'all if y'all want to hear. But I did like a dramatic slave,
Slave?
not slave, like civil rights reading for a reel that I had. Y'all want to hear a little bit of it?
Yes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Anytime Jerry asks you, you want to see it? You want to know?
Say yes.
Man,
Well, okay. Well, I'm gonna give
dying to show
I'm
somebody.
gonna give y'all a little bit. Don't judge me. Why you doing that?
Everybody.
Because we want to see it. I don't know why you
Okay,
act
here we
like
go.
that.
Here we go. Just listen to it. It's real special to me. It means a lot. On May 30th, 1921, a young black man named Dick Rowland entered the Drexel building at 319 South Main Street. Rowland then got into an elevator where a white woman, Sarah Page, was working as an elevator operator. I got deep. Now, what happened inside that elevator, no one knows. No one knows. But we know that Sarah screamed and was heard by the store clerk, who then called the police. Rowland, quick on his feet, ran away, but was arrested the next morning and charged with assault of a white woman. Y'all getting into it. A crime just as
It's that
punishable as
background
rape.
music.
Oh, it ain't my voice.
Well, it's both of them. It's everything put together.
After his arrest, rumors that they were going to lynch that black devil swept through Tulsa and Greenwood with the quickness. 2,000 white men grouped outside of the courthouse, where they were soon met by a group of armed black men hoping to stop the lynching. At around 10 p.m.,
Be building that anticipation.
all hell broke loose. Shots were fired all around. Both whites and blacks were killed. After the initial confrontation, a mob of over 1,500 white men rushed into Greenwood. 1,500. Y'all want to hear the rest of them to stop? Burning and looting business.
Stop, because
Doesn't make me mad.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right. But no, but that, so I had to submit that to my agent for a dramatic read, so they wanted to hear my voice. So I chose this story about Black Wall Street, which I thought was very interesting. In like 1921, white people burned down Black Wall Street. They went in there because a black guy allegedly assaulted a white woman, which no one knows what happened inside that elevator except for them two. And it was black. It was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Greenwood. And what was interesting, that they had reverse segregation in that city, where if you were black, you can only buy from black people, and that's how they recycled the black dollar in that city. So I thought that it was a very dope story. So
That was the question on. Can we just skip to that question?
what question?
Nobody get mad at me. Should black people frequent places and support places that accept and appreciate black people? And the reason I asked that is I saw a story on the news about a motorcyclist in South Carolina for the bike week up there, and they have one for white cyclists and they have one for the black riders. Same with Daytona Beach. And the black riders, I think they said that the roads were barricaded, so you can only ride on one very long lane. And, they just did anything possible. The shop owners were hostile to them to kind of make the weekend unpleasant so that they wouldn't return.
Right.
So it just makes me think, why or should we not be for going to those places where we're not wanted? Or obviously we have the right to be there just like everybody else,
for sure,
but it kind of, I don't know, just to me it just makes me think.
So let me just get this straight. The question is, should black people go to locations or destinations that do not quote unquote want us there?
Right.
When if there are other options available, why would we choose to go those places?
Well,
so you want your. So
just for an example, I'm a black teacher. I teach on the black side of Jacksonville. Instead of going to teach in Clay County or St. John's or Nassau, I go to a school where I'm appreciated, where I'm welcomed, where I could be myself. So taking that into perspective and just applying it to everything.
I mean, for your example, you're a black teacher who teaches on the north or the west side. They appreciate you. Now, a lot of people go to other counties because they pay more. So it's sometimes pay can mean appreciation. You might deal with a little bit more, nigger. You might deal with a little bit more because it's going to provide for your lifestyle. So like for Bike Week, for example, I only know Black Bike Week in Daytona Beach. And so it sounds like in South Carolina, they do Black Bike Week, white or black, in the same area. It's just Bike Week at different times of the year. For in Daytona, it's 1 week and then the next week. So the Black Bike Week always happened on Mayor McLeod Bethune Boulevard. It was a street, or what BCU is, and it was very inclusive of us. And we never, the only news that we heard of was we can guarantee every year between 1 to 3 people were going to die in a motorcycle accident. That was the only thing that you can expect from Black Bike Week. So for me, I agree with Vanessa where we should frequent places that are more acceptive of us, because that's what they were doing. But my question when she proposed this question was, where in America have we ever been accepted?
I was just gonna say,
well, not ever, but growing, Atlanta is a lot more welcoming. Places
sure,
in Texas like Houston or San Antonio.
You turn left on the road street, yo, as a nagger.
But there are places, maybe not southern, like South Carolina,
right?
Things like that. Obviously,
or Des Moines, Iowa. Don't go to Iowa.
It's gonna be a little. I don't know. What do you think?
To answer the question, do I think black people should visit places that don't not respect, appreciate? Right.
I say appreciate.
I'll put it to you like this. Just like Jerry said, that's kind of a still ongoing thing. If you're black, newsflash, you're hated. Period. And it's by most other people in the world just because you're black. Like it's no other point to it. And I don't think you should be fearful, nor should you let somebody else, determine how you go to a function or behave at a function, just because of who you are. Like, because then you're changing yourself for somebody else, and that's not the dignified delinquent way.
Say that one more time. That's not the what way?
Dignified delinquent.
I like that. That was a bomb.
Oh,
you wanted a bomb for that? I'm sorry.
He's like, waiting. I came up with that.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that you wanted a bomb for that.
I just thought it was going. It's all good. It's all good.
Dumbest motherfucker.
Go down.
This board is new. We're trying to figure it out.
Okay. Yeah, it was a bomb already.
We're still trying to figure this board out.
You good.
Bomb and dome is right on top of each other on this board. So it looks alike.
Okay. Did that make sense though?
No, you did. Absolutely.
Yeah, it does.
Absolutely.
It does.
It's not. I don't. So.
Like Why are we still spending money on Bath and Body Works when we have so many? And if you triggered in the room, you triggered. There are so many
They just had a
black-owned
sale.
small businesses
This is
that sell
facts.
candles.
That is true.
So to me, that's another.
Shout out to Chad Oubre. Shout out to Carlos Miller. They just invested in a black-owned candle business, and you are 100% right. Now, as soon as they get champagne toast or something close to it,
I'm sitting there to my dog. And Keith
soon as they get champagne toast, and how much? Because they say support black businesses.
Candles at Bath and Body Works be how much?
$9 when you get them at an annual sale.
Okay, but on the reg,
25. But who the hell buying those? We get them when they $9. We get them for $9. But no, they say support black business without asking for a discount. But I ask everybody for a discount. Whether you're black, white, blue, purple, or brown, I'm gonna ask you for a discount. I want the best price.
Some kind of barter or exchange.
Yeah, well, that too.
That's fine.
That's too.
That's fine.
Did I do that to you?
You pay a family fee.
Okay, well, listen. Thank you, family. Thank you. Speaking of family, you asked this great question about birthdays and birthday dinners. What was that question? Because I want to have that conversation.
Listen, if you invite somebody to your birthday dinner, do you expect them to come prepared to pay for themselves, or are you prepared to pay for all of your guests?
You asking me?
I'm asking. I'm gonna start with you because you Mr. You fancy man.
I'm fancy man.
Go ahead. I mean, if you need
if I invite you to my birthday dinner, like say we're at a,
see these shoes.
You see these?
That's
These
why
are
I
fair
had them.
demos.
Oh, you can't put them.
So I can't. Yeah, I can't.
It's the shoes, y'all.
But if I invite you to my birthday dinner, like at a restaurant, say we go to Bahama Breeze or we go to Brio's or Cheddar's or something, nigga, it's my birthday. If anything, somebody should speak up and pay for me.
Hello.
Yeah, say that again.
Hello.
If anything, somebody should speak up and pay for me. So don't come to my birthday party expecting me to pay for your meal. Have I had that happen to me before? Yes.
Somebody
came to your birthday party and they expected you to pay for their meal?
Yes.
And how did you handle that?
What?
Hey, play the ball.
I said, this is what I told him. I said,
You should have said,
dumbest man. You the dumbest. No, I did have a homeboy who came to the party and he
got high class friends.
So he wasn't expecting me to pay, but I hate when people come around me and it's like, no, I ain't gonna eat nothing. Like, obviously you're hungry. Just say you ain't.
I'm gonna just get a side.
Not even that. Like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm just gonna get this water. Like, no, shut up. Cut.
Why would you come here?
Get him a kids menu,
please. With crayons.
With the crayon, please. What about you? Are you expecting somebody to come out of pocket for you, or should you come out of pocket for them?
If you come to my birthday dinner, expect to pay. I'm not paying for you. But at this stage of my life, but for the rest of time, always come prepared to pay. And if I feel it in my spirit, then I'll pay for my guests. But
on your birthday,
I would. If I invited them, maybe if I had a chef, if I invited them out, or maybe we went on like a boat trip or something. If I had it, I would pay for it.
In the words of Unc who gets married tomorrow, bitch, it's my birthday. You better throw that shit.
You doing so? You would?
I would. If I had it, I would. But I don't have it.
That's how I don't care, bro. Ain't gonna be sound like me. Anyways, like. Yeah, no. Not paying for you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. If anything, your ass should be asking me. But I am a very professional host. I would like to say, yeah.
This is a professional.
I can see this man.
I'm a professional host. You feel me? Like if I organize some shit, best believe you gonna know that we doing this.
That could be your profession. Like people, like, hey, I'm having a party tonight. I don't like people. Can you come?
Thought about being a professional organizer. Dead ass.
Yeah.
You should.
Cause one, that's still kind of up my alley of being social around people and then promoting shit at the same time while also promoting myself. Like it could all flow together, but we'll talk about that.
That's another thing for another day.
Right now. Yeah, bud, you better bring your money.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna let you know ahead of time. Like, yo, everybody's paying for their own shit. If you can't make it to the after event where it's free. We'll be doing this, and the third.
Yeah. But
at the dinner, bring your own money because I'm not paying.
Even with trips, well, I'll even go further than that. Even with my wedding, there was someone at my wedding who was like, "Bro, I ain't got it," And I can appreciate you telling me you ain't got it.
That's straight up.
I got you. Or well, at least I'm gonna meet you halfway.
Yeah. We're gonna do something for you.
We gonna work it out. And so even if when we're traveling, like we're planning a line trip in March, and we're going to Sandestin, and it's just a couple of days, the fellas, whatever. We put this invitation out. They're gonna get mad at me for saying this on air, but Jesus, I done went too far already. We put the invitation out. Everybody didn't respond. Well, everybody didn't put their deposit down. You know what I mean? And that's okay. Like I get it. You don't have to make an excuse for me. You know what I mean? But if you need help or assistance, it's easier to say that. Even if you got to talk to somebody offline, like, hey, bro, I really want to go, but however,
as a man,
though,
would you do that?
Would I do it?
Because my homegirls and me, I would definitely be like, hey, sis, I ain't got it.
That's why I said depending on who it is. You said homegirl so quick?
Yeah.
Homeboy? Yeah.
Your homeboy?
Yeah.
Third party, I don't really know.
Oh, okay.
That's invited me.
Right. Third party, no. But homeboy, absolutely.
Yeah.
Homeboy,
Hey,
absolutely.
spot me.
And not even like that. Like, because if I'm your homeboy, so for my bachelor party, I was having, and my brother JoJo, and he's the best for this. This nigga went off on because you know how you planning a trip, and it was 15 people in the group, and they knew about this trip for like a year in advance. A year, you heard me. And I think that the total for the bachelor party was probably like $300 a person, but you knew about this a year in advance. So maybe like 4 months before the trip, I'm like, hey y'all, we've been talking for a year, but then we get to the 4 month mark.
Let's get
hey
it.
y'all, here da. And then slowly, like it was like dominoes falling. One person said, hey bro, I ain't gonna be able to make it. Somebody, I ain't gonna be able to make it. Da. And people who were like close to me, I was like, God damn. And my brother JoJo was like, who the fuck are these niggas?
In the chat?
Yeah, in the chat.
Yeah.
He was like, Jerry, who the fuck are these niggas?
Yeah. That's how you supposed to handle
and
it.
then they didn't say nothing.
That probably left.
But so I hit my brother. I hit my brother up offline like, hey, this. He was like, nah, fuck that. He was like,
the big bro too, cause you the baby.
I'm the baby.
Oh God, I'm thinking like, this is something I do my little brother.
And this ain't even my oldest brother. This is like, he's my youngest older brother. So he's okay. It's a sister in between me and him. So he was like, fuck that. Them niggas knew about this a year in advance, and they hitting you like now saying that they can't come. Them niggas ain't really for you or what you're for. Like, fuck them niggas. So we gonna take the 6 that's gonna go, and we gonna go with them 6. And shout out to them 6, and shout out to everybody else who could. Like, some people had like reasons why, but
you can tell.
Yeah,
you blind bitch.
You better say it again.
You can't.
I can't. I won't. So speaking.
Well, can I ask real quick? Since we all grown and y'all not paying for nobody on your birthday, do y'all go all out for your friends on their birthdays?
Unfortunately, so I would say it depends on what they're doing. What do you mean go all out? Let's clarify that first.
If they're having a birthday dinner, do you offer to pay for their meal?
Absolutely not. But I'll buy a shot.
Okay.
I'll buy.
That is so.
We gotta get something
That's everybody on a regular night will buy a shot.
No. The fuck they won't.
Jerry. Oh my God.
No. So okay. So
I would
like,
never hang out with you.
For example, when before pre-Vasco, old co-host, we all went to a restaurant. I brought everybody a shot.
You did?
Because I'm that person. If I got it, I'm gonna do it.
Right. So that was on like a regular night. So on your friend's birthday. Are you doing anything more than buying a shot?
I'll buy you 2.
Okay. Okay, that's.
I bought my friend a bottle.
What you want me to do?
A bottle?
I bought him a bottle. You know what I mean? Because one, you gotta think about my fucking friend group. Like,
I cash app.
Right. Well, you're in a little bit of a different.
Exactly. So
you raggedy.
For us, no cap. That's how we doing. Cash out.
What should I do?
How much you gonna cash out?
25.
Okay, that's good.
You cash out me 25.
It's your birthday, nigga.
It's your birthday?
Yes.
Today? No, it ain't.
Yeah. How you know?
Because I know it ain't today.
It's March 1st.
I do know. I don't know, but I know because like your energy level is always here. But I feel like if it was your birthday, that
nigga would be through the roof.
You'll be flying right now. So it's not your birthday.
It is not your birthday, sir.
Well, you read me.
It's like your birthday. It's not your birthday. So speaking of like trips and everything, are y'all particular when y'all go on trips? Like, are y'all do you have to stay in a specific kind of room? Like, because I saw this thing on Twitter where there's like, take the trip even if you got to stay in a motel. Don't let nobody shame you. Take that trip. Go experience the world. And I'm the kind of person where I'm not going to stay just any damn well.
This is facts.
You heard that? Just any damn well.
All right. So check this out.
I'll go last.
I see where I already feel where you're coming from because I'm there too. But I also feel where he's coming from because
I'm where he's at now. But once upon a time, I was staying anywhere. Me and my line sister, we was road tripping. I've been in New Orleans. I might have stayed a questionable place. In Gainesville, I definitely stayed a questionable place.
In
Miami, I might have, like Gainesville, Florida.
I know, but still.
Yeah. This is all during college time, but I will say, I mean, if we didn't have the money, minimum, I would say to spend on a hotel room nowadays, I'm looking at like $120. Ish is like my average right now, it seems like. But back then,
that's a 4-star. She a 4-star chick. That's a 4-star.
We have views and everything now, but back then, if we wouldn't have split that $40 room, we wouldn't have.
Y'all was splitting the $40 room.
Yes, and then
y'all would have left me on campus.
One time at FIS, we split a $40 room, and then we got there, we opened the door, and we was like, somebody
was in there laying down like, don't come here making all that noise.
We went to Walmart and we spent $40 more on sheets, towels, and blankets.
If you got to do all that, don't go on the trip.
Well, you live and you learn. So don't listen to Jerry, because if you listen to Jerry, your life gonna be this big.
No, it ain't.
Look here, man.
Don't you take your ass on that trip.
Look here, man. Take your ass on that trip.
Take your ass on that trip.
You stay in a nasty ass motel, that's on your nasty ass.
Just don't tell nobody and don't take pictures in the room.
Now,
I hate that. I hate people that do that.
If you're taking a trip, though, the trip is not for staying in the fucking room.
Right.
The trip is for being out.
Everywhere else.
That is a great point, Vasco, but I care where I lay my head at.
No, and that's fine. That's fine. Because, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no judgment.
And I'm bougie a little bit. I need at least...
You know what? Let me dap you up real quick. Hey, at least you man enough to say it.
Yeah, I know. But like, I'm not gonna say I've never went to a place and I was like, whoa, what's this? Because my wife what's going on here? It was Kevin Hart was performing in Orlando New Year's
Shout
Eve.
Shout
out to Kevin Hart. And I brought the tickets like in October, November. So the day I brought the tickets, I told my wife, my fiance at the time, I was like, babe, you gotta book the hotel now because it's New Year's Eve. It's going to sell out. It's Orlando New Year's Eve.
That happened to us one time. We went like 5 different hotels
to find something. I was like, you gotta book it now. I don't know. She didn't book it now when I told her to, and I let it go. I was like, oh, she got it because And this is before, and I don't think my wife traveled like that and stayed in different like outside of like with family and stuff. But like I was the person with like that was something that we did on the regular. Like we gonna travel, we gonna stay at a hotel. Like so like I knew like they gonna fill up. I knew where I'm not gonna stay. I am not gonna stay at no Days Inn, anything with an Inn, a Motel 6, 8, 10, 12 odds and evens. So I knew what was going to happen. Like I know Orlando has a lot of hotels, but Orlando also is a very touristy city. Yeah. So it's going to fill up quick. So I don't think that she didn't book it. I think that she was trying to book the hotel as we were driving to Orlando.
What you doing over there?
And I was like, no. I said, this is a learning experience. I ain't going to say shit. I'm going to let her book it.
So, I hate to cut you
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So, were you looking up fucking hotels?
You asking her?
Why not? She's here. She's in the room.
She's here. So she was looking up hotels while we were driving, and I wanted.
I have to compare prices.
She has to compare prices, but she could have did that in November. But
you need to put some goddamn shots on this bitch.
Some gunshots.
Right? Oh, that we good. We need shots.
I paid for those tickets in November. So what I'm saying is, I wanted to say something so bad, but I bit my tongue. I was like, nope, there's gonna be a learning experience. So she booked an extended stay.
Damn, you bit your tongue for 2 hours?
Well, like an hour and a half.
I was gonna say I cannot.
Hour and a half. I was like, I was like, this is a learning experience. So we driving, and I don't know where the hell I'm going to Orlando, but I don't know where. So she finally booked the hotel, and she's like, yeah, it's an extended stay. I was like, ooh. I already know what the hell that means. Ooh, I was like, but she gotta learn. She gotta learn.
We gotta go through it together.
She gotta learn.
Sweet though, Jerry.
The show don't start till 10. She gonna be all right. Ooh.
Great online.
We got to that extended stay. Now you know what extended stay mean. Your ass here for a minute.
That's when you can't get an apartment.
Your ass here for at the minimum a full 2 weeks. So
At
least. We walk in the doors fly open, a scent hit us. Oh, what's that?
A scent?
What the hell? Oh, what's that?
I smell it right now.
You smell, you know how that smell. Somebody walking the dog at the elevator. We was like,
It's like,
it's like, look, I'm looking. I'm letting her go check in, do everything, handle it. We go up to the room. We go. No, but my face though is probably like.
Perfect situation.
So we go up to the room. And I don't even sit on. Normally I go to a hotel. I sit on the bed, see what's on. Get comfortable. I was standing up and holding my chest like, ooh,
Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
this what you did? Okay. So now I gotta let her know that you gotta feel this a little bit. I was like, oh, this ain't it. And I pulled the sheets back, and thank the goodness of God, the graciousness, there was like a splatter of blood on the sheets, like a splatter. And I you know me, see, look at that right there. Look at that,
Baby, the hell is this? The hell? You know what?
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Look at that. So I was like, we can't stay here, babe. And then she saw it and she was like, oh, no, we can't stay here. Yeah, we gotta go. So we got a refund. And there's an app called Hotels Tonight that shows you hotels in the area for good rates where you can get them right then. But you can't like book weeks in advance. It has to be like in that 3-day window. Yeah. So we found a nice little hotel, but from that experience, she learned that her place now is the Hyatt place. When she go look for a hotel, she gonna look for the Hyatt place, 4-star, 5-star.
Aren't you glad you let her do that?
Yeah, I taught her. I like the Hilton myself, but that's I'm a little
You put on
to what?
to the hotels, to the travel life.
So yeah, I would. I think so. I don't know if she would admit it, but I think I did. I did.
I wish y'all could see her face, boy.
No, I dated somebody who kind of put me on to that. My first Crown stay night was with somebody that, and if it wasn't for him, I would have stayed at the inn.
At the inn, yeah. I don't know if she would have stayed at the inn, but she would have been at an extended stay. Extender.
What that was.
Shit, I tried to tell you.
No, you didn't.
I tried to tell you.
Good thing you did.
That you didn't know what that was all the way that old in your life. That you didn't know what extended stay was. That's a privilege.
That's a privilege. It is.
It is.
Because you'd have been to extended stay.
My kids stay in extended stays.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. Nope. Not I. I'm bougie when it comes to hotels. Am I self-made? Maybe. Do you believe in being self-made? Is that a thing? Like, are you?
Hell yes. Yes.
Hell no for me.
What? Being self-made is now. Tell me why you say no.
I say no because even the ideas I have, at least for me, I have to talk them out. Not to a whole bunch of people, but at least to 1 or 2 people, and then we bounce ideas back and forth, and then I come up with my idea, and then. For me, every step of the way of all of my businesses, maybe except for Statement Threads. But even that, somebody sent me the idea for Stank Coochie Energy shirt, and that one, I sold one a day. And I haven't advertised for Statement Threads in forever.
Okay.
But anyways, everything that I have done is not because of somebody else, but they've definitely helped and influenced my choices.
Just because you influenced don't mean that they did it.
They didn't do it, but if they wouldn't have talked to me and helped me and pointed me,
that's okay.
I might not be right here right now.
You know what I mean?
But I'm gonna let you say your thing, and I ain't gonna keep going back and forth with you.
You know what I'm saying? Well, we could do that. We do that on camera, off camera. It's okay. It's all right. But
you better say it, so.
You know what I mean? But I think there is such a thing as being self-made. And the reason I say that is because, yes, while you can have external influences, inputs, at the end of the day, who the fuck has to get that shit done? I can tell Jerry all day, hey, man, go back on part 15 minutes, 6 seconds into the podcast and fix this part up. I say it. It's up to him if he gonna do it, whether, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with being successful. So if you got something going on, just like Statement Threads, yeah, I send you, hey, Stank Coochie, you feel me? Put that on a t-shirt.
Stank Coochie.
Bet. Y'all need to go buy that bit. That shit kind of funny. I ain't gonna count. But, you know what I'm saying? Send it in. You can either look at this and be like, man, this shit is trash. well, I'm gonna throw this hole in the shirt. And when you throw that hole in the shirt, who get paid?
I get paid.
Who has statement threads?
I do.
You would have say that. Go break it down like a fraction.
I'm not, no.
I'm keep going.
She finna goddamn reel my ass.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with everything you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. I'm just saying, just because you get, you know what I'm saying, help or influence or support or whatever it may be, own whatever you're doing. At the end of the day, if you're still doing it, if you're the one still putting the man hours and grinding behind it, you self-made.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I give you that. I don't know. So I'm in between both of y'all right now because I agree with Vanessa's point. Like, I don't think that anyone done it on their own. Like, even Madam C.J. Walker is the first self-made millionaire, but she ain't do it by herself. Like, she had everybody helping her. So where she was probably putting in the most work. And one of the things that I always said, and I even said it on this podcast, I was listening back before we was talking to some sponsors, is that no one is going to go as hard for your dream as you are. And you should not expect them to.
And the people around, they're gonna see how hard you're going for your dream. And if you're not going hard for it, they're not gonna go.
And
if you can treat it like a side hustle, they're gonna treat it like a
and
side hustle.
no one's gonna want. I hate to say this. No one's gonna want. You don't get the support until you make it. You know what I mean? Nobody jumps on you until you make it. Like, I can send a Dignified Delinquent t-shirt to 40 more people that I know personally, because I had a lot of people who brought the first orders, and I appreciate them. But 40 other people who be like, yeah, I rock with the show, smoke of gas, whatever. They won't buy a shirt, but let the show blow up and be something that we imagine it to be, which it is. I knew Jerry. I was on the show.
Kid Cudi merch is selling right now for $175 for a hoodie. I don't care.
For a hoodie.
Like,
hoodie for one.
But it's people out there buying it.
I'm fucking Kid Cudi.
I say
it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying.
I say all that to say Kid Cudi. I say all that to say I don't know. I think that there is a thing as being self-made, because no one's gonna go as hard for your dream as you are. You got to put in that work and those man hours and lose sleep and sacrifice money and come up with the ideas sometimes. But you're not doing it by yourself. You're running it by somebody. So to verbally say, yeah, I did this shit by myself. It was somebody who probably helped you, who probably said, that's a good idea, or that idea work on it, flush out a little bit.
Be cautious about walking around, just
telling your
yelling
ideas
and proclaiming that. That's the only thing. Like, I don't disagree that people really are self-made. It just becomes really arrogant. I guess, to me.
Self-made, you just affiliated. I built it ground up. You brought it renovated. Something been authenticated. Funny, you claiming the same trick that I penetrated.
Okay.
I'm sorry. We gotta go to the next subject. Vanessa, we gonna pass this thing over to Vanessa. I was gonna say, what's going on with What the Florida? We gonna pass this thing over to Vanessa, who has the Love 'em or Leave 'em letters. Now, if you want to submit a Love 'em or Leave 'em letter to us, all you gotta do is go to jerrythegreat.com, click on the button that say Love 'em or Leave 'em. If you're watching this on YouTube, just scroll down to the description and you can click on the button that says Love 'em or Leave 'em, and you can submit a letter to this show, and we would give you advice like we're about to do right now for these two letters. Vanessa, what you got going on today in Love 'em or Leave 'em?
The first one is called You in My Business. Don't do that. From Houston, Texas. Hey y'all, what's up? Me and my boyfriend for the past 2 years are making the move across the country to follow our dreams. He wants to be an actor and I want to be a model. Now, Cali is shut down right now, so we've come up with a plan to save money and hope that we make the big move mid next year. We both work, split bills, and take turns buying groceries. We've never had financial problems or anything like that, at least not that I know of. I'm from the school of thinking that money is my money and his is his. I work hard for my coin, and I don't need anyone tracking what I do with my money as long as my bills are paid. He recently came to me talking about starting a joint checking account so that we can put our money together when we're saving. I'm opposed. I feel like he's trying to get in my business too much. Yeah, we live together, and yeah, we trust each other, but some things I believe should be separate. He said this is a deal breaker for him, and I'm like, why now all of a sudden do you want to see my money? Am I tripping? Should I get in a joint account with him just so that he can be at peace? Signed, his and hers, but not ours. I hate that she didn't put how long they were together. You guys, tell us how long you've been together. And how old you guys are. But girl, get that joint account. Get one account, keep your own personal accounts. Just put a little something in there. I wouldn't put my whole check in there. But decide, don't just shut it out. Talk to them, maybe compromise, decide on a reasonable amount that both of y'all put in each check and go from there. That's what I would do. Vasco.
Does this nigga make bread for real?
He paying his bills.
Probably not.
And the only reason I'm asking is because it's like, why are you so pressed to have a joint account?
Exactly.
I feel like as a dude, you know what I mean? But then again, I ain't trying to set no standards for men and women. I'm just saying, like, as a man, I don't know if I'd be so pressed telling my woman, like, bro, let's get a joint account, let's get a joint account, let's get a joint account. I can't see myself doing that simply for the fact of, one, you don't have to have no joint account. You make your money, I make my money, you know what I'm saying? We work together. And if I have an issue, I'm going to come to you and let you know.
That's grown.
You know what I mean? Hey, I ain't gonna cap. I might need a little bit of help this week. If you have a problem, I might need a little bit of help. All right, cool. Let's work together. Versus having a joint account where there is a plethora of variables of why that shit could go wrong. Somebody take out too much when somebody else expect to take out something. You take out at an earlier date. You know what I mean? It's too much with a joint account. So I just kind of want to address the should I get the joint account with him just so he could be at peace? Fuck him. So you can so he can be at peace and fuck up your peace? What sense does that make? Now you gotta deal with the shit. Yeah, it sound good. But nah, shorty, like, I honestly think, because I don't want nobody to break up over no fucking joint account, y'all just need to talk. Just talk.
Yeah.
Just tell him how you feeling about it for real. And if he is that pressed over a joint account, you know what? I'm like you now. I really do wish we knew how long they've been talking, but
They're making a move to California.
To me,
so.
the only thing that I can see, like the only validation for him asking about the joint account is if she has a poor spending habit. So my bills are paid, but I have a very poor spending habit.
I didn't even think of that.
I go out to eat all the time. I go to brunch all the time. I buy spontaneous things often. So if he notices those things and he's like, hey babe, we're trying to stack up, let's get a joint account for that purpose so that I can help you, then that's one thing. Maybe she's just being stubborn.
You know, I was just gonna say that's a great point. I took her side way too easily. The fuck you been doing to where he has to press you over a joint account? What you up to? You left some shit out, didn't you? All females leave shit out. So.
That's what we do.
Yeah, she ain't tell the whole
We got
story.
it.
She tell the whole story. hey, bro, if you watching this right now, if you hear me in the background,
It's either or of these for me. It's either maybe you don't have the best habits and he's just trying to help you, or he a little too pressed, in my opinion. And only you know the answer to that. You know your spending habits, sis. Jerry?
I would say, so as for me in my house, we had a joint savings account. We had one when we were trying to purchase a house. We used that to put the money in for savings. And I think for our wedding as well. So we had a joint savings for when we were trying to purchase a big purchase. Now, opposed to that, we don't share accounts. But if your man is in that thinking period, I would give you advice that I heard from the one and only Steve Harvey, and he said that everyone should have 4 accounts. You should have your own checking, your own savings, a joint checkings, and a joint savings. And what that is you have your own money and your own check-ins, your own savings account. The joint savings is for big purchases that y'all are planning to do together, like this move that y'all doing in LA. And then the joint check-ins is for if someone is like the primary bill payer, you put the money into that account to pay the bills. So I put my half of the rent, you put your half of the rent into that account. I put, my car note, because you're gonna pay everything, and you put it all into that account. So if you're I'm not sure why you're uncomfortable with him asking for the joint savings account. That makes me pause a little bit and say, what are you like? He has to have a reason for why he's asking it.
So hard.
So maybe it is your spending habits. Maybe you're taking the extracurricular money and doing some extracurricular things, which you have every right to do. But maybe he's just has some doubts about the move to Cali. Maybe you ain't hitting your targets every month. Like, you supposed to put the money in on the 1st, and you like, I'm gonna put it in on the 15th.
Or you put in 500 and then you take out 2.
Yeah, I've done that myself before.
Every week. I'm trying every check. Can I get in your business real quick, Jerry? Y'all 50-50 this house?
50-50, I would say so.
50-50 on the bills?
50-50 on the bills, yeah. Like, so what we do is we take bills. Now, if you add them all up, it won't equal a exact 50-50.
Right.
But we cherry pick.
Right.
So our
somebody
mortgage
maybe pays more of the mortgage, and maybe somebody pays.
Well, no.
less
So
of the
our mortgage we split right down the middle. But then, like, I pay the JEA, and that can vary month to month. But she pays the cable ADT. We pay our own car notes, our own insurance, stuff like that, and then we split groceries right down the middle.
Oh, y'all split groceries.
What y'all do?
In my past, I did it similar to how y'all did it. We split everything 50-50. The groceries was on my side of the 50. In my current, I don't pay any bills.
Shut up!
I don't. I pay my personal bills. I pay my cell phone, my car note, my car insurance, anything that is hooked up to Vanessa. But anything that we both use, my man.
Now, I always, and I know we're going back past the letter, but I always wanted to ask women who does that. Like, so I'm guessing y'all stay together, and he pays the rent and so forth. Do you ever fear, not that he will say anything like this, or he's like the kind of guy that says this, but I always tell women to pay something, get your name on something, because you don't want to be in a position where someone can say, get out of my.
Oh, well, see, so I do have my savings. So if he were to say that tonight, I can just go somewhere tomorrow.
Well, I'm just saying it in the sense of,
but
like,
no, I don't feel that way. I'm very secure in my career field, in my projection, in my businesses. I'm an asset to him, just like he's an asset to me.
No, I get that, but I don't know.
Maybe I'm not understanding.
I don't like people to be in a position to where someone can tell you to get out of my.
Oh, well,
you know what I mean?
it's his, and I but we're also
get your ass out of my house.
We're only a year deep, so this new in, I wouldn't have a house or a lease with my name on it.
True.
I wouldn't want I love right now the freedom to be able to just, oh, okay, you said that, boom, I'm sliding.
True. That makes sense.
Ready for our next letter?
Always.
How long should I wait? Girl, first night. From Miami, Florida.
Oh shit.
I've met this amazing woman who is everything I ever wanted. She's 32, has 2 kids, was married at 18 and got a divorce when she was 28. We met at a mutual friend's house and hit it off right away. We began talking more and more, going on picnics, and she would spend the night at my house from time to time. I met her kids and they're amazing too. She has a set of identical boys. Her ex-husband cheated on her for years. He was her first and her only love, so expectedly, when she found out he was doing her wrong, she was heartbroken. She tells me that I'm the first man she's let in her life since the divorce. I love her, honestly, and I love her openness. But here's the problem. We've been seeing each other for 5 months, and she has not let me touch her romantically. We've kissed, but as soon as I try to move on, she'll stop me and come up with an excuse and leave. I'm 25 years old and very high in my sex drive right now. I asked her, did she have a 90-day rule, or was she saving herself for marriage or something like that? She told me no. It'll happen when it happens. Come on, man. It's been 5 months. That's 21 weeks, 152 days, 3,652 hours. That's too long to go without getting any. I'm growing weak and getting tempted every day. What should I do? Signed, they know my name at Pornhub. Listen. I'm not mad at you.
Dang,
I'm not mad at you. I think that if you're not giving it to her, somebody else's. That's my honest opinion. And I'm gonna leave it right there. So she doesn't want to give it to you. Maybe you're serving some kind of other role for her that you don't realize that you are. So maybe do some self-reflection, maybe talk to her and see what role she really has you there for. Because maybe you're just a fun time. Maybe you're just somebody to go out with. Maybe you're cool with the kids. But maybe Yeah, she doesn't want to do that with you because she's getting it from someone else.
Or
The baby daddy.
Or, hear me out. This could be a possibility.
Where's your microphone at?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was finna say.
I'm talking directly to bruh. Or, look, man. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you might just have to put in a little bit more work. Maybe you're putting in work in areas that don't kind of feed her in that type of way, that like romantic, whatever way you're looking for. So yeah, take your time. I mean, if it's getting old then fuck it, end it. It is what it is. But however, if you say you love this girl, then put in the goddamn time.
Woman, she 32.
You right. This woman, grown ass woman who done lived life, had kids, and done been through some shit. She probably traumatized from her first love. And when did they break up? Her first love. Did it say in the letter?
When she was 28. So they were together for 10 years, had 2 kids. And now she's been single for 4 years now?
4 years?
4 or 5 years? So she's still fucking the daddy.
You think that's what it is?
You know what? Hey.
Absolutely.
Let me hop on this boat. 4 years?
Or could she just be, I want to say, traumatized?
She could be.
Or literally.
Say that again because you were muted because you were porn.
Oh, she could be. I just, from my experience, me as a woman, in my drive, and my friends and everyone I talk to, I don't know many grown women who are seeing somebody in this day and age who are going 5 months without getting none. That is a long time.
I love your perspective because he is younger and he could be naive to what she's doing. So I love Vanessa's perspective of that. Maybe she has different men for different things. Maybe he ain't the drop it off guy. Maybe he's the good conversation, make me laugh, good with the kids.
Pull back.
He the pregame.
The pregame before I go somewhere else.
As soon as you slide and you warm that thing, never mind.
Pull back,
okay,
bro.
all right.
But
then again, maybe she is hurt from being with the guy who she was with at the age of 18. And I'm thinking if she was with him at 18, she had been dating him way before then. So maybe her high school sweetheart, who she thought was her forever, and he broke her heart. And maybe she's broken and need help. Maybe she thinks that all men are going to be dogs, so she don't want to let you in and let you experience her because you're going to be one and the same. So you're in such a conundrum that I can't help you, sir. If they know your name at Pornhub, you can get on Twitter. But what? but my advice to you is just have that open and honest conversation. Like, be like, hey, listen, I'm a man, I got needs. You a woman and you got needs. Now, what is you doing? Are you going in there? Because I can help. Because I can come in there and assist you. So I think that you need to pull her to the side and have an open and honest conversation with it. And if you don't like what you hear, get the hell up out of there. But if she is, as you said, honest and very open, she'll tell you what's up. Mm-hmm. And when she tell you what's up, make your decision based off of that.
Is she honest and open if y'all haven't even had this conversation 5 months in? Maybe he didn't honest, open, because I feel like everybody, I'm like, dang, if y'all just talk. That's how I feel every letter we read.
What?
If you just talk to each other. But
communication is important.
Communication is key.
Communication is key. A lot of people don't have good communication.
Really?
People be scared to talk to people because it's like they have a fear of what the other will say,
and are hurting their feelings, or running somebody off, or having somebody shut down.
That's how I was in my past, I think.
A lot of people.
And I realized that shit's already bad. So if you don't say anything, like what? Or if you do say anything, what's the worst that's gonna happen?
But some people don't know. Like, you have to know the other person's communication style, because communication is not just talking, but it's also how you receive it too. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think that's one of the biggest parts, because he can come to her and say something that triggers her.
We gotta have a therapy segment.
That's how James used to talk to me. James used to do me just like that. Now my coochie got dry.
Look, man.
I'm sorry.
Look, just in case you having some conflictions on how to handle this, you walk up to her like, look, babe, we've been dating for a little minute now. And
I would really like to get
I've
the
been
tip wet.
talking
Can
to
you do
Lil
it for me,
Shorty
or
for
can I
some
do it
weeks
somewhere else?
Some sexual attention
I
built
know.
up.
There,
So I
that's a
need
nice
you to
way
tell
to
me
say it.
what's going on. I'm trying to think of the nicest,
Right, I'm like,
most calmest
no.
way to
It's
say it.
driving
I
me
go right for it.
crazy. I wanna make him a baby, but I can't. Cause I can't buy the car without a test
Or you
drive.
can rip the Band-Aid
Mr.
off.
Pornhub,
Y'all know that song?
just talk to the lady.
Yeah, go and talk to her. Cause you been talking to Lil Shorty for some weeks now.
Yeah.
Really got you feeling like you weak now.
Yeah.
It's driving you crazy.
Awesome. Get into
I
that.
want to make him a baby, but I can't. So yeah, have a conversation, and do it naked. Have that conversation, butt ass naked.
What
Both
if
of
his
y'all.
thing little? If your thing little, please do not be wasting this lady time. And we're gonna end it there.
Well, had a conversation, butt ass naked. Just stand there naked on soft. Just stand there naked on soft.
Don't do not
That's what you do.
do. If you want to be single, do that. If you never want to see her again,
Stand there naked on soft and
Show her the confidence.
like I'm confident in me. I'm both.
Yeah.
I got this.
Yeah, you tell her. You let her know. You let her know your name is Johnny motherfucking Appleseed, and you are there to climb her motherfucking hill and plant your seed.
she told you no for 5 months in a row. It's dead.
Leave it at that.
It's dead. For 5 months. Stop playing. Never mind. I don't want to be rude about it, but yeah, it's dead, bro.
So Scott, what's going on in Florida this week?
Man, this week in Florida, let me ask y'all a question before we hop right into it. Would you ever aid a family member in a crime, whether that be hiding something or literally helping them commit it? But we're going to tie all that in today's topic. But before we start that, go ahead and roll the intro.
I don't care what part of Florida it is. The craziest people in all of America are in the Bronx in Florida.
It's distilled. It's just like, it's pure. It's 100% pure. Uncut Florida fuckery.
Yo, you already know we got What the Florida. And today we are talking about Florida woman hid man's body in trash can to collect benefits. Let's get into it. A Florida woman stuffed the body of a 40-year-old man into a trash can after he died to keep collecting his Social Security benefits. Damn.
We gotta move your What the Florida up to cause your ass can't read.
Oh God! Michelle Haney, 48, was arrested Wednesday by Manatee County Sheriff's deputy and is now facing charges of abuse of a corpse. News outlets reported. Investigators said Haney told them John Christopher Leonard that died in July. What? What's so funny, bro? I'm dead. Am I loud? I'm loud. What's funny? I'm scared. Died in July of what appeared to be natural causes. His body was found in a trash can being stored at a neighbor's home. Haney and Leonard had been living together at the time. Instead of calling authorities, investigators said Haney stored Leonard's body in a closet before sealing it in a trash can 3 weeks later. She then took the trash can to a neighbor's house and told the neighbor that she'd be back for it later. Investigators said the neighbor was apparently unaware of what was inside. He then called authorities after he smelled an odor and opened the container. Haney told investigators that she kept the body so she could continue to receive his benefits.
What neighbor just gonna take your trash can?
Why would you do that?
But yeah, I'll take your trash can.
That is, yeah.
Neighbors hate when you put stuff in the trash can or mess with
The
their
neighbor
trash.
got something to do with that shit.
That's a very interesting question. Who the fuck takes trash cans?
Yeah, you can store your trash can over here.
leave my
You don't leave my chair. I'm going out of town. Can you watch my trash can? What?
That's some bullshit.
What, nigga? What are you talking about?
How close of a neighbor are they? He was getting some of that check. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He had to.
He was getting some of that check. He know what the hell.
What his name
Can I look at the details real quick?
You took it and didn't ask.
And,
What do you-
I'm sorry.
Can I look at the details as I grab this?
My bad. What county was they in?
Vasco said Matany.
Oh, that's what. Okay, that's what y'all was laughing at. Matinee.
Matinee.
Yo.
What was it?
Some more fucking
Manatee County.
Manatee.
Oh, like the animal?
This nigga said this nigga said Madagascar.
Hey, I can't say
Get it?
that
Hey,
I
you know
would
what?
help.
Fuck y'all. Get the jokes in now, because when my turn comes, it's over with.
My shipping container is a what? A storage closet.
17B.
You be fucking up words. Okay, that's just what it is.
That's our bitch.
We just gotta
Y'all
find
go-
something for Jerry. Oh.
Fucking up bits.
Yeah, I'm you my people. I love you, but I'm not helping you cover up no crime. If you my man, if you go to jail,
That's it? You gone?
I'll put some
No
stuff on
Bonnie
your
and Clyde
book.
type shit.
I'm not on that type of time.
Ooh, you ain't no ride or die chick.
I'm not.
You are not.
It depends on what you do. Like,
Girl, it's
If-
either you love me now,
That's
would you love me if I was down or
And
out? Would you still have love? Would you love me at a picnic? Would you love me on the bus? I asked 21 questions, and they're all about us.
Speaking of 50, I ain't seen him on Instagram a lot lately,
I haven't.
which is crazy.
That's good.
He might be in. Is Instagram have a jail too?
It should. It does because Lil Duval's in Instagram jail right now.
What?
as we
Who's in
speak.
Instagram jail?
He need to be in it.
He talking about suing them niggas though, no cap.
For real?
Mm-hmm. Talking about suing them because they took him off and because he wasn't on Instagram, it made his revenue suffer. Because you know when he was on Instagram, he was lit.
He was making that money,
Moolah.
making that paper. He had to
Put
keep
the pussy on live, I'll give you $1,000.
So one way he's making his money though, and I'm curious about this. What y'all think about this? So
This
with
ain't got shit to do with what the
I
fuck. But
know.
keep going.
So the
Because this was the Florida was
OnlyFans,
some bullshit. This one.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Go ahead, keep going.
Boosie is like, in my eyes, and there's other people doing this. They're kind of like pimps,
Okay.
but for OnlyFans.
Man,
Like
you
they're
late to the game.
managing their accounts and stuff like that, and I'm just like, is that?
Bro, that's the new pimping.
It's crazy.
Dead ass. No,
I just
that's
saw
the
this
new
like 2
pimping.
weeks ago, and I was like, wait, what?
Man, you take a female, you know what I'm saying, that's doing an OnlyFans page. You know what I'm saying? Speak a little game to her, let her know what's up. Hey, you finna do this, and the third.
Oh.
You gonna send a little bit this way, and I'm gonna help you out in return.
I don't think that you do this, but do you know people that do this personally?
Wait, OnlyFans or pimp OnlyFans?
Pimp OnlyFans.
No, not pimp OnlyFans.
Okay. Well, it's a thing.
I think that I do, but I'm not sure.
How do you?
Well, because this girl from my hometown, she's been promoting this OnlyFans account, but like she posted this video where it's dumb as fuck, but they were walking into like a Wawa's like with like naked but covering like their nipples and stuff, and like it was a guy with them, and I was like, that guy has to be encouraging some of this foolishness.
Yeah.
I watched a 1 minute video.
Well, that's why Boosie doesn't need his Instagram, because he be using it for stuff like that and to buy strippers for his underage kids. So I don't agree with Boosie.
Anything else
But
for
I
your,
love Boosie.
for your segment? We done walked all over your segment with something else.
Would you cover up a crime for your family, Vasco?
Yeah.
Who you talking to?
Vasco?
The mic? No, I'm saying. You know, I asked him that when he far from his mic. There you go.
Yeah.
You would cover up a crime?
back
He
it
needs
up.
some shit that clip to his shirt.
Yeah, that's what he needs.
That's gonna be our next step.
to get a. I got some.
You got some?
I got some.
I'll probably blow that hoe up. I'll be yelling too much.
You would. That was one of the comments, and one of the listeners like, "Hey, I love the show, but can Vasco just please back up from the mic a little bit?"
No.
So you would cover up for?
Oh yeah, 100%. And the only reason I say that is because we're family, and my family is very tight. We have a very strong dynamic. We
Yeah.
have built a foundation that is.
Unbreakable.
When I say solid, bro, I mean solid to the motherfucking T.
As
in
a rock.
No issues between anybody in my family. When we have Thanksgiving, nigga, we're all of us excited to go to Thanksgiving, Christmas. There ain't no drama, ain't no beef, ain't no Shirley coming over, goddamn this year, or
How many of y'all is
Angela
it?
Eveline is
How
coming
many
over.
of y'all is it?
All right, I'm gonna just go on my dad's side.
Oh.
It's like shit. At one function, at one time, you at least you're catching about 60 of us.
Oh wow.
Like
wow.
at the crib, you feel me? Like
I think that all families have some kind of dysfunction in them. Even if you don't see it or they speak on it outright.
Oh, it's there.
It's there.
I
think,
ain't wishing it on nobody, but
I mean, it's not a wish. I think that all like every
family got problems.
we got a whole show on
We
YouTube
solid.
called Fridays with the Finels, and you will see some of our dysfunction.
y'all do.
So, yeah, it's on YouTube. Fridays with the Finels.
Because we want to
Put me
start one
on.
with my daddy, but
It's a reality show on YouTube. Fridays with the Finels. We got about 4 episodes on there, and you will see some of our dysfunction. My niece loves JoJo's big birthday surprise because that was a damn surprise to me and everybody. So I think that all, yeah, it's good. It's a lot of cussing, because we cuss and we drink.
I like cussing.
And you like drinking?
I do.
There you
I don't
go.
like the drinking part, but I like the cussing.
Yeah, we cuss and we drink. And my mama gonna keep it 100 on the show. So, but I would I stand up for a family member that I know committed a crime? Would I hide that person? Probably so. Like, and I don't know how long I can hide. Like, oh, I gotta come back a little bit. If you're a sibling, immediate family, mom, sibling,
okay.
I got you.
Okay.
You a cousin? The fuck you doing here? Why out of all the people, why you call me? Why you came here? 'Cause I can hear.
Even first cousin?
What the fuck you doing here? Mm-hmm. Don't you guys still? None of my cousins are only children.
Okay.
You better take your ass to you then.
Okay.
What made you think of me first?
Okay.
To bring this damn trash can over here? I'm not finna hide nothing.
Completely different dynamic. Okay.
Now if it's one of my siblings, we'll put it in the garage and then I'll tell Veronica we gonna do.
You a good liar?
I don't know.
See, that's my thing. I can't lie, so I don't want you to waste your time coming over here because they're gonna be like, "It's such and such."
I'm not a good liar when you hit me with questions back to back.
I ain't quick on the spot.
Yeah, if you hit me with questions, okay, well, if you hit me with a question and then go, okay, well, what about that? You got me.
Yeah,
you got me right there.
Vasco, I feel like you can come up with some shit quick.
I'm a good liar. I ain't gonna cap. I'm a great liar, but I don't really like to lie.
He said he enjoyed the show. Was that a lie?
Was it? You tell me. Nah, like I feel like the only way to really catch me in a lie, you know what? No, I'm not finna expose myself.
Expose yourself.
Go ahead.
Ain't
nobody listening. Ain't nobody listening but us.
To be honest with you, I don't give a fuck because I don't lie. But to catch me or any male for that matter in a fucking lie, ask us some shit at one point in time. And then ask us that exact same shit.
Come on, Tyler Perry. That ain't true.
That is true.
Stop the cap, my nigga. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I don't think that's a way to catch a guy in a lie because the thing is, people tell lies and then start believing their lies. I mean, so it becomes embedded in their head, like, oh, that really did happen.
And I'm sticking to that shit.
And I'm sticking like
Then you get away.
When I was in first grade, everybody would go home for Christmas break and then come back and talk about all this amazing. Oh, we went to Aspen, we went skiing, and all I did was stay home. So I came up with a lot of Raven Simone, my cousin.
Man, look here, man. You ain't came with a lot. You just turned on who Jerry is. That's all that was. At a young age.
Raven Simone, my cousin, and she came to the house for Christmas, and we had macaroni. And her aunt, how are you cousins? Her mama's my auntie. That's my mama's sister.
8th grade, everybody believed King Tut was my uncle.
King Tut.
I said great uncle, and everybody like, really? I was like, yeah. Where do you think I get the fucking name Vasco from? It's Egyptian. It was like, oh, word.
I know you.
Oh, that's good.
They stupid.
Niggas really
was fucking 8th grade. Of course, they
8th grade though.
Yeah, 8th grade is a little naive.
You gotta think about this right before they go to high school. They dumb as hell.
I wrote Raven from first grade all the way to 5th. Till the motherfucker said, well, show me a picture on MySpace. Why she ain't in your top 8? I was like, well, just shit.
Vasco, you had a MySpace?
Stop it.
Hell no.
I'm for real.
No.
I know he didn't. He ain't no goddamn. He's young.
First off, the reason I didn't have a MySpace is because I didn't get a fucking cell phone until
you had a computer in your house.
You had to have a computer.
You had a computer in your house.
My mama had a computer.
A desktop.
But you had a computer in your house.
My mama had a laptop.
But you had a computer in your house.
My mama had a laptop.
Motherfucker, he can't even make a grilled cheese sandwich. But
Mom,
I said,
can you come make this for me?
When I eat it cold.
I done ate some cold cheese sandwiches. Double that bitch up. You all right.
And I'm shooting at Vasco because he swears up and down that he's a millennial, and he is definitely Generation Z.
Hold on, I'm finna pull this.
You ain't gotta pull shit up. No, you ain't gotta pull nothing up on for us.
Nah, I'm pulling this up for the motherfucking viewers.
You ain't gotta pull up for the viewers. They got Google.
What?
You so light skinned.
What you talking about? That's because I'm an entertainer.
Oh, you an entertainer.
I'm trying to be like you.
Vasco the entertainer.
Hey,
you better walk in.
He ain't got the ring. He ain't got the ring. Hold on.
Vasco will swear up and down that he's Gen Z.
No, he's in.
No, I'm a millennial.
Yeah, he's a millennial. And all nationality, he's nationality. You heard that?
I heard it.
All nationality.
All actuality, he is Gen Z.
This shit right here, the millennial generation.
This
shit say
Who you
millennial
talking to?
generation is 1980 to 1999. Vasco Sanders was born in 1999.
In December.
March.
Early,
So
that's
it's not
early.
your birthday today.
See how she caught him in a motherfucking lie. Yo, it's your boy Jerry the Great, and I'm here to tell you about my friends over at Free Lunch Coffee. Free Lunch Coffee is on a mission to remove hunger from the lives of young children. Need a last-minute Christmas gift? When you buy one bag of Free Lunch Coffee, you are providing 10 meals to children in need. And Free Lunch Coffee gives away 50% of the money that they make to end hunger in the lives of young children. Free Lunch Coffee has great coffee that is specialty grade, certified organic, and fair trade. Not a coffee drinker? Free Lunch Coffee has some amazing custom mugs and tumblers. Each purchased mug provides 10 meals, and tumblers provide 20 meals to children in need. And if you don't absolutely love their coffee, they will give you a full refund. And you can keep the coffee. There's nothing to lose, 100% money back guarantee for 30 days. Free Lunch Coffee is also offering a 10% discount to all of the listeners of this podcast. Use code Dignified at checkout. So visit my friends today at freelunchcoffee.com. That's freelunchcoffee.com. So Vanessa, you wasn't here last week, and I know that women had questions that they wanted to know answers to. So could you please humor us, if you will, and let us know this week what do women want to know this week?
We always want to know something, but it's only so that we could be better for y'all.
That's what you say.
That's all it is. This week's woman wanted. I had a question, but I'm gonna actually go off of my but the love 'em or leave 'em letters, and I really want to know. Because we had a young man say he waited 5 months to get the goods. So I want to ask you guys, what's the longest that you have waited to get the goods from a young lady that you knew that you were pursuing in that regard? So you knew you were seeing her romantically. What's the longest that you've waited to get into it? Vasco?
The longest I've waited?
The longest you've waited. Or could you do a 90-day rule?
Of course I could do a 90-day rule, especially if she's worth it. But if she ain't worth it, then no.
Okay.
To give a simple answer. You know what I mean? But to be honest with you, I don't know the last time, like how long I waited for a female, to be honest with you. If I've waited, it was because of myself. Like, I'm the one who said, I'm not doing this. I put a limitation on myself versus a female telling me, you're not. I'm not ready.
So even if she didn't verbally say no, how long did y'all wait? Like, so maybe you met her, DM slid, or what, seen her on at the calf or whatever. Y'all started talking. Is it a week later? Is it 2 days later? Is it that afternoon? Is it next month? What's
average?
Yeah. It's okay. Be honest. I'll be honest if you be honest.
I'll be honest if you be honest.
Average about 3 weeks.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
That is.
About 3 weeks.
I'll work with that.
I think that's an average time. You know what I mean? Like not too long, but also not too short.
Is that your
Based off of
average
this
time?
conversation, I was gonna say this
I mean,
conversation is showing there's no average. Some people gonna wait some months.
I'm gonna say average.
Jerry, what's the shortest amount of time that you've waited, or what's the longest you've waited?
For what?
For somebody that you knew that you were pursuing, like not somebody that was your friend and that y'all eventually, grew into a relationship or something like that.
So someone I was just pursuing sexually.
Well, maybe not. Maybe you did want to talk to them. Maybe afterwards you found out that maybe y'all weren't compatible, but maybe y'all got that physical part out the way quick and y'all were compatible in that regard.
So if we're talking about someone that I was pursuing, just like in the sense of just trying to get her in all aspects, I would say like a year and a half. But like in that year and a half, it wasn't like I dropped everything for her.
Right. So y'all weren't exclusive at that time.
Well, no. So like we would converse, but I don't. So it would I don't know. I don't know how to
So
explain
for a year
it.
and a half, you didn't have sex?
No, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't have sex with her.
Right. So y'all weren't exclusive.
No, we weren't even like a thing.
Oh, okay.
But for a year and a half, like it was a,
So you've constantly been getting some, but waiting on her.
Yeah, you could say that. Like in a sense of like me and her, like we would have. This is when Uvu was hot.
Ooh.
We would have.
You used to fall asleep on Uvu?
I'll fall asleep on Uvu, wake up, and then my damn computer be dead. But for a year and a half, because and I think in her sense, I wasn't her type. Mm-hmm. And clearly, like I knew guys who she dated. I know how they looked. 6'5" abs basketball players, but bitch, I'm funny.
Hey,
and I'll take you to the good hotels.
And I'll take you to a good hotel. I'm 5'9", but you like 6'5". You know what I mean? I'm thick with it. You like skinny. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I mean? But then the flip part to that is like after that year and a half, and we and then we was like talking. She fell in love, and I was like, "Ooh, you are not what I expected you to be." So I wasted a year and a half, not necessarily pursuing you exclusively, but like just talking to you, like trying to like see what this was about. And I wasted a whole year and a half, and like sex wasn't good at all. Like it wasn't anything to write home about. And then your person, like you are too cute of a woman to be as insecure and unsettled as you are. You know what I mean?
you didn't have time to put up with that shit.
I didn't like in her situation. It was like if she had a cousin who we went to school with, and if her cousin liked one of my pictures, or if I liked one of her cousin's pictures, she would go and like 10 of my homeboys' pictures.
What the fuck?
And then my homeboy screenshotted to me. Shout out to Q. He screenshotted me. He's like, "What the fuck going on with old girl?" So then I sent it to her like, "What you got going on?"
When you sure of yourself and you're dating somebody who's not, it's so exhausting.
I was like, "What?"
It's almost confusing. Like, sis,
I was like, "What you got going on?" She's like, "Yeah, it doesn't feel so great, does it?" What doesn't feel so great? What are you talking about?
Crazy bitch. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hopefully that was a learning moment for her, and hopefully she hasn't done that again.
And then like it was weird, and it was to the point where it was like I felt like, and for the longest, like for that year and a half, about a year, she wasn't attracted to me, and that's cool. Whatever, I'm still chasing. As long as you say, "Hey, you weird," stop.
Men so strong.
As long as you don't say like, "Hey, you weird."
Men are so strong in that regard. Like y'all are
Yes,
so.
we're persistent.
Y'all don't
Very
care.
persistent.
You tell us we don't look. Your end split. You hate me. Like
As long as she didn't say like, "Stop it, you're weird. Leave me alone.
Please leave me alone.
Leave me alone. Stop it."
Yeah.
But like, as long as you were entertaining me that year and a half, so for that year you were uninterested. That half you were interested, and then we got to that point. But then when we got together, it was like, oh man,
I miss it how it used to be.
not even that. Like, oh, you should have showed me this person ahead of time. Like, oh, Jesus.
That's how most shit is nowadays. No cap though, because with hate to say it, with social media, a lot of people, not even just females, but a lot of people are very, very insecure. Very insecure.
That's the word. Yeah. So let me ask you this. That was the, you asked the longest. What's the quickest? What's the quickest?
What's the quickest?
What's the quickest, Vasco?
Shit, nigga, that an hour?
Damn, what the hell you was at?
Like,
Jacksonville
I'm
University.
just bullshit. I've never been one to yeah, that was a lie.
You've never same dated.
Huh?
You've never done it the same day.
Because I had to build a bond with you. Like, I feel like sex is something where you just can't, you know what I'm saying, just meet up with some. Well, for me,
yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, just meet up with somebody and it's like,
right now, let's go.
Let's do it. No, like you gotta goddamn.
I had a girl say that to me. You should go to my car and hook up. Bitch, hook up what?
What do you mean? The battery hole?
I ain't no mechanic.
I don't do this. Yeah, nah, like
fuck wrong with your transmission?
In a car. She didn't even
go
know
to my
you.
car and hook up. Hook up what?
What's broke? What do you want to fix? I mean, I don't really want to do it, but I'll fix it
I
for
can
you.
see your ass doing that too.
That was weird.
That fucking chest. What do you mean?
In a car.
We should go to my car and hook. And she was so serious too. We should go to my car and hook up.
Aggressive as fuck. Yeah, that shit would have turned me off.
Nah, I'm all right.
Calm your ass down, nigga. Relax.
You like that? You like that Four Loko? I'm enjoying it, but now I'm finna put it down. Shit, I'm finna put something in it.
You like that, don't you? Hey, I ain't never been one, bro. Like I was never one of those in the bedroom. Be like this dick, don't you?
Yeah, it's all right. That's what, you know, everybody say that.
I'm gonna say,
It's all right.
If a girl was to ever tell me that, bro, I'm hitting her ass in the forehead. You like this dick, don't you?
In the
It's
forehead.
okay.
I ain't gonna tell that story online. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm not gonna jump in this conversation.
So yeah, but I would switch it over.
Whose is it? And then somebody shouted, "It's mine!" I was like,
Don't ask that. You know for sure.
Let me shut the fuck up. I own this one. So Vanessa, quickest turnaround. If you don't,
My quickest turnaround was a week. That was my quickest turnaround.
me.
Oh no! I mean, if there's no follow up, I'm gonna just leave it. I'm gonna leave it right there.
So quickest. So what?
My quickest turnaround was a week. It was. I mentioned it before. I used to go out of town a lot. One time I was out of town. I was in New Orleans. I met somebody on Bourbon Street. We just hit it off. We hung out that whole night. Nothing happened that night, but
you was there. I'm in town.
No. So what happened? I went back home to Florida, and he actually at the time. He coached in Louisiana, but he was from Alabama, and we just stayed in touch that whole week. I mean, not till now because I'm with somebody, but that whole single time we were, pretty much still in touch. And he was just like, "You want to come to Bama?" And I went to Bama.
You flew to Bama?
I drove
In that week?
that week. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! You was.
I mean, I'll say like I'm very. If we have chemistry, if we hit it off, I'm not somebody that's waiting 5 months.
Okay.
I'll put it like that.
That's a good way to put it. I think my quickest turnaround has been maybe a weekend.
Oh, can I just say that's my only week turnaround? I do want to put that out there. That's the only time that one happened.
Every week, you know what I mean?
But my other, yeah, that's the only time it happened in the week. I think me and my current boyfriend, it was probably a month.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
yeah. Everybody else has been at least a month.
That's not bad.
But I will admit that I'm a little aggressive. Like if I like you, I want you, and let's get into it.
Drop them draws.
Basically,
I think for guys, like I've had a weekend turnaround and I had like a 2-day turnaround. Like I met you on Facebook, but like we've conversed on Facebook and
oh no,
like you've known me. But I think that
I ain't never did no DM turnaround. Now I'm a judge.
no,
I ain't judging nobody.
I done turned around a couple of DMs, but the thing is, I think that for guys, they. And Sko help me out with this. I think for guys, there's a community of girls that all guys know. You can flip this pancake in
easily.
a week. You can flip
Not
this
even
pancake.
in a week. That
probably that day.
Just like for men, there's I mean, yeah, for y'all there are men that we know you trying everybody.
Yeah.
You trying every damn body.
So it's been a couple of times like it wasn't anything because I'm very protective of me and like who I let in my space. But it's been a couple of situations where it was like, okay, like I ain't had no action in a month. What's up with you?
A word.
Jerry.
You still go there? Shut your mouth. What you doing tomorrow?
You done dug into that cesspool?
You busy?
You want to go to the beach ball?
You want to go to the beach? No, this is way before.
No,
Jasper.
of course. What I'm saying.
Jasper. But yeah, I done flipped like next day and I flipped the weekend. And I flipped the week. But the week I appreciated, like, cause I was like, you at least gave me some kind of chase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My quick turnarounds, we stayed active for quite a while. They weren't like we did it once or twice and then was gone all week.
My quick turnarounds were like,
No. Not my experience.
I need you to get your wig and go.
Not the
I'm
wig.
joking.
Not the wig.
Have
Not
you ever
the
had a
bang-bang.
girl take her wig off?
Not that I wasn't comfortable around me. I think the only girl that took her wig off around me is my wife.
Oh, okay. So no regular hookups have
That
done
took
that.
their wig off. I don't know if they took their wig off and put a bonnet on.
First off,
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
I
so
haven't.
you definitely do the bond. Yeah.
Like if you've been with somebody for a minute, the bond is okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Vasco.
what fucking hookup has enough time to take their goddamn wig off and
I
put a
don't
bonnet
know.
on? And if you a hookup, you a hookup. Get the doing and get the fuck out.
It was one girl who so that's what
I'm
it's
so
about.
glad we meet the professional Vasco. You know what I'm saying? He comes in nice and
And then he
turn this side on. We're like,
So
what the fuck?
I've never been the guy that goes to a club and like expects to like meet somebody at the
that
club,
night.
or like, and not even necessarily meet them that night and go home, but just like I don't go to the club expecting to meet
Somebody.
a girl. Like you know what I mean? It's fun. Like I go to the club, hang out, whatever.
Chill.
Because it's the club. You
Mine
drinking.
was Bourbon Street though. Like
That's different.
Bourbon.
It's bourbon. But like Razzles, I'm not going to
hell no.
Razzles.
You can't find
509.
none. Oh, hell no.
I'm not going to 509 expecting to meet someone. So me and my homeboy Q went to this Halloween party at 509. And we had a great time. We enjoyed ourselves. And walking out, I ran into met this girl just off a whim. And didn't see her in the club. We just started conversing and we exchanged numbers and we started, talking. But we were talking for like a month and she was cool peoples, but I knew like this ain't going nowhere, baby. You live out here in Madison. Ooh. I can't.
That's these people.
No, they were black.
Oh, okay.
She was black. But what she was cool people. What really got me, she came to a comedy show of mine. And I appreciated that. Like, come to the comedy show.
Oh, wow.
I was at the La Plaza in Daytona. I did a show. And afterwards.
On the beach?
Yeah, on the show. Did a show. And afterwards, we took a picture together. I was taking pictures with everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, it's what you do at the comedy show. And then she posted, it's like, oh my God, Bae killed it.
What you did?
I didn't see it. My homeboy Q hit me. He was like, bro, what the fuck you got going on? I said, what you talking about? He was like, Bae killed it last night. I said, I did kill him last night. But who the fuck called me Bae? He's like, go look at the page, bro. Go look at the page. So I said, hold on the phone. And I was like, oh. So I had to shoot her a message like, hey, listen.
You text her?
I tell her, I don't know what the fuck you got going on, but listen.
Better relax.
I don't know. We on
That ever
Bae
happened to you?
status.
What?
Somebody posted you? I don't
She
know.
did.
You're hilarious.
Huh?
No.
I probably did that to you. That's
You're
different.
hilarious.
That's different.
The first time we hung out.
My wife.
Oh, you posted your wife though the first time y'all hung out or something?
Yes.
And what was your caption?
What did you say there? What did you say?
What'd you say?
What did you say there?
Because receipts, you know what I'm saying? You can always go back.
I deleted it.
Once you get famous, oh, somebody gonna find that bitch.
I post. Okay, so I
Because
posted
all the
it.
receipts coming out for Meg the Stallion, JT.
I didn't post a picture of me and her. I posted a picture of her.
Okay.
And I said, she don't know it yet, but she the one. Is what I said.
Hey, wait a
After
minute.
the first time you hung out.
I'm not finna. No.
Hell no.
I thought that was nice.
But it don't matter. But you
was
have
nice.
no.
He thought it was nice. It's not nice, y'all.
That was because this man fucking claimed this shit and manifested
Shot
it.
it, say it, go skull.
Bro, this man said, "Yo, little
She
does
don't
she know
know it yet.
That's what
This
a
would
real
have been
man
such
does.
a good lesson, like if you would have turned him down. I'm glad you didn't. Like I'm glad y'all are here and stuff. But that would have been such a
you
good
imagine?
story.
We wouldn't even be here.
Like,
What are you talking about?
We'll be in an apartment.
We been in that motel. See somebody $40 motel.
oh yeah, I would have thought that too.
She texted me this morning. First of all, I can pay for my own food. I send you your little $40 back for the food that you brought.
It was $10.
$10 back for the food that you brought. Well, it was 10. I paid for a couple people food. I paid for hers, mine.
The whole group.
I paid for the whole group. I was there. I got it.
Oh, so you do pay for people's.
Just when I'm trying to impress them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When I'm trying to make something.
But when
shake.
it's your birthday, you're not trying to impress them.
Hell no. Y'all need to be impressing me. I turned another year. Today. Ladies and gentlemen, as promised, joining us today on the Dignified Delinquents, we have Shaun Lewis, who is a multi-million-dollar real estate producer. So put your hands together and welcome Shaun Lewis to the Dignified Delinquents.
Welcome, Shaun.
Woo!
Yes, sir.
My man Lou, first and foremost, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. It's been a challenging year for everyone.
For sure.
A lot of things going on in the world, but I was able to make some things happen, and we made some moves on a personal level. And got baby on the way, so everything is good, man.
Congrats, man.
Blessings everywhere. Thank you.
Blessings just falling all around you. You hear me? Blessings.
Multi-million.
Yeah, because you're a multi-million-dollar real estate producer. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't got that. They just working, for some people they show a condo every now and then. You a multi-million.
I'm barely multi-hundred. I ain't gonna cut to you. Barely.
So
can I ask?
I've been blessed, man. 5 years in the business, and I've had some good customers, and repeat customers, and I'm doing something well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, what is a real estate producer? This is the first time I'm hearing that term being used. Can you explain how that might be different from an investor or something?
So an investor, okay. So in real estate sales, based on the sales volume, the units, the amount of houses you sell, or that all equates into, that all adds up, and so you sell a certain amount of houses, you sell $2 million, $3 million, $4 million, $5 million a year worth of real estate. That's pretty much what it means. An investor is it's a different side of the game. You're wearing a different hat. You're buying, flipping houses yourself. Among other strategies, but on the real estate sales side, I'm helping people purchase and sell houses.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And now, so if you're just now tuning in, we are talking to Shaun Lewis, who is a multi-million-dollar real estate producer. So this is the Dignified Delinquents, and a lot of our listeners are in that 24 to 35 age demographic where they're looking for their first house. So what advice would you give to a first-time home buyer?
The most important thing, and I'll say this: a lot of the market is being driven by the younger generation. You know what I mean? The millennials coming in and becoming young professionals. What I see a lot with younger buyers is they don't have the reserves, they don't have the savings for a down payment. And they may have the job, they may have the credit, and they may have the income, but a lot of times they don't have the down payment. So I think the most important advice I can give is to start saving as early as possible. Just to have that savings account, even if it's not for real estate, it's just to have those rainy day funds. Set up an account, that you can't touch. You can't take an ATM card and pull out for brunch or drinks and, whenever you want, so you can be disciplined with it. And then set your account up where, when you get paid, if you get paid every Friday or every other Friday, you have an automatic withdrawal going into the savings account. So you don't have to think about it. You don't have to sign into an app. You don't have to sign on a computer and physically transfer the money. You're not even thinking about it. You're just paying yourself first.
Right.
And that's one of the things that I did, years ago, was I had an online account and I just had my check, every time it came in, I had a certain amount, somewhere between 20, 25, 30% every time I got a check. And I got paid every week, which was good. I had it going into this account. And for me to withdraw from this account or transfer from this account, I had to really need it because it was online and it would take 3 to 5 business days for me to get that money.
Right. By then, you don't figure something else out.
By then, you don't figure something else out. It's like the old school way of freezing a credit card.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
but that would be the main advice, man, is to start saving early.
Cool. Okay, so now that we have a plan on saving money, can you talk to me as a 21-year-old who was about to graduate college? What are some tips and tricks that I can use to start building up my credit now? Because the money, let's say I got the money, but I don't have the credit. So how can I start working towards that now?
So one of the ways, and the easiest ways to start building your credit is to just get a secured credit card. Okay. And you can get a credit card and put $250, $350, $500 on there, and start building your credit that way. Use that card as soon as you swipe that card. and use it for credit. You turn around, pay it off right away. And that's one way that's the easiest way that I've seen people start to build credit. You can go the other route. If you have a secure job and you can afford to take out an actual credit card, you can go that route too and start to build your history. One thing people don't understand though, is there are ways to get around that. Some lenders, depending on the lender, of course, look at it as, no credit history is not as bad as bad credit, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So you're not exactly starting from like zero. You might not be as far behind as you think. But to answer your question, the easiest way would probably get a secured credit card, start that way, start small, start slow, and start to build yourself up.
Copy that.
Absolutely. And is there a minimum credit number that you should have? Is there okay?
Definitely. Excuse me. So once upon a time, you could qualify with somewhere around a 580. COVID happened. Lending restrictions did tighten up, and for a little bit during those summer months when we were in the heat of it, some big banks they weren't taking anything less than a 720.
Wow.
Things have loosened up since then. As we started to see what things really looked like, with the virus and how it's going to be handled and everything else. But my lender right now can work with someone between a 6 and 620. Obviously, the higher the score, the better. It helps you on the interest rate.
For sure.
So you want to be as high as possible. But I'd say a minimum to be safe is around 620.
Can I ask, before I go to any bank to talk about purchasing a home, at least how much should I have saved up for a down payment?
Great
Ballpark me.
So as a first-time home buyer, you qualify for an FHA loan, a Federal Housing Administration, and that's the lowest, one of the lowest down payment loans, and that's typically 3.5% of the purchase price. So it's a loaded question. It's really going to depend on
no. That helps me out a little bit because it's somewhere between like 3 and 10%, right? Am I...
3.5%. 3.5% is what you need for a down payment. That's going to vary based on the purchase price. So if you're looking at a house that's, let's say, $225, you're going to need $78.75. That's your down payment for a house that you purchased for $225,000.
No, that helps a lot with perspective.
Yeah. So any lower, obviously you need less, any more, you need more. But that's typically the ballpark. And then, figuring out the purchase price on a house that you want to qualify for, I like to reverse engineer it and work backwards. A lot of people that are purchasing are coming from a rental situation, and you can ask them, what do you want to pay in a monthly payment, and that surprisingly that typically dictates the price range that someone's going to look in, and if the price range per month ends up being a $250,000 house, then you kind of work backwards and like, okay, now what do you want in a house? I need 3 bedrooms. I need 2 bathrooms. I need 1,600 square feet. I want a yard. I want 1 story, 2 story. All those things that come into those variables that make up a wish list. For a house, gotcha. and work it backwards. So it's all going to depend. And then at the same time, a $225,000 house may get you more house on the west side than it gets you on the north side, because now we're taking property taxes and everything else into play. So it's a lot of moving pieces. That's why it's important to get with the customer and do a buyer consultation and really dive deep into the wants, the needs, and figure it out, that way. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Absolutely. And because I know I don't want to hold all of your time, but could you in purchasing a home, you have to put down that down payment, but then you also have to have closing cost money. Is that true?
That is true. That is true. And closing costs usually range somewhere between 3 and 4% of the purchase price. Now the closing costs are something that you can usually negotiate depending on the market situation. Right now, it's a seller's market. It is an extremely competitive market for buyers, and not a lot of times are you seeing people make offers on houses and get the seller to contribute. I've had a few recently. We get creative with the offers and we write it up certain ways that we still get them the closing costs. But yes, closing costs are something that you have to factor in as well. You may have situations where you go with a builder and you buy a new construction home, and a lot of times the builders are paying your closing costs. But when you're dealing with a resale market, you're typically having to negotiate for those closing costs. So that is something that you have to factor in as well. But like I said, you have yourself a good realtor, and you can get creative with offers and work out different ways to get those closing costs taken care of.
That closing cost part is news to me because I did not know.
Closing costs.
I'm saying, like, hold on, you want me to pay money as a down payment on the house and then pay again
to close it? I can close it.
What?
I know how to close a door.
Yeah, that's going to be cost. That's going to be cost associated with getting a loan. So you have all kinds of escrow fees, loan fees, a bunch of things thrown in, and it usually ranges, like I said, from 3 to 4% that you have to also think about.
This is great information, but I'm not gonna lie. I do want to ask you a little bit of a personal question. In your profession,
okay,
have you ever witnessed redlining?
Have I personally?
Yeah.
I can't say I have.
Okay.
I can't say I have. Speaking honestly, I know that things still happen out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I going through the process with purchasing. I purchased my first home back in 2012, and I going through that process of applying for a loan, looking at houses. Maybe I was naive to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a different climate coming out of school. And then everything from there on, my next two purchases I've done myself because I've been licensed. You know what I mean? And then obviously I never practiced anything unethical myself. So I can't say I have. I can't say I have. I know there's things out there that still systematic. We can go left with it.
Right.
You see stories about the appraisals, the bad appraisals,
right.
You see on the news with the families, changing out decor and getting higher value. I can't say I personally experienced it, but I don't doubt that things are still out there that are still happening. Unfortunately, yeah.
Absolutely. Now, Shaun, before we let you go, I want to hit you with a couple of rapid fire questions that our listeners submitted to us. And
rapid fire.
Well,
okay.
not rapid fire. Just a couple of quick questions. We got you for a little bit more time, and so I just want to hit you with some of the things that they asked us. So, what's the biggest difference between renting and buying?
Oh man, rent. Well, I won't say the obvious, but when you're renting, you're not getting any returns on your money. You're paying someone $1,200-$1,300 a month. That money is going into their pocket. If you're renting a single family residence, like a house that somebody owns, a landlord, that money is going towards their mortgage, and then anything on top of that is going into their pocket. Rent can increase every year. I personally have a rental property, and if the market allows it, I look to increase every year the lease renews. On the opposite side of that, owning, you get the pride of ownership. You get a property that's yours. You maintain it, you upgrade it, you do things to it that you can't do on a rental property. And then the biggest thing is the equity, the appreciation that you get from owning. You're paying your mortgage. If you're paying $1,200 in a mortgage every year, you're paying out a principal balance, and you're growing equity. If you're paying $1,200 every year in rent, you're just paying $1,200 every year in rent.
Right.
So there's no returns. You're not changing people don't know, man. Like real estate is one of the industries that created most millionaires and billionaires in the world, and it changes the trajectory of families. You know what I'm saying? Generational wealth, and it's one of the quickest ways to build wealth is through real estate. You know, you could buy a house for $200,000, 5 to 7 years later, sell that house for $270,000, and you know. That's $70,000 on top of whatever you pay down on the principal. You know, you take that money and do it again, and so on and so on. So that I can go on forever. But one of the biggest, I think the biggest difference is going to be the appreciation, the equity, the pride in ownership, and so on. You know.
Can I ask you, do you have any experience or familiarity with shipping container homes or non-traditional homes? Because that's kind of what I'm interested in.
The trendy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I on a personal level, I haven't had any customers looking at container homes. Mm-hmm. I've seen some cool things done with it. I've had some family looking into it. One of the things with container homes is, and I was talking to one of my lenders about the challenges that can come with container homes. Because first you have to have the land, mm-hmm. right? And then the land has to be equipped for it, you know, electric, water, mm-hmm. And so on. So you'd have this whole project, and it's not something that you can exactly like finance. It'd be hard to finance. So I would say, you know, if you're going the container route, you'd have to have the land. You probably would be doing most of your purchase with cash. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, if you wanted to refinance it and get the cash out, that's another challenge, because there may be a challenge with, you know, comping out a container and you know, deciding what the value is on that property. Yeah. But I haven't had any, honestly, I haven't had any customers, you know, in that side of the game yet with the containers.
Are you in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Like you do there are shipping containers homes here already?
That I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Well, I heard you say your lender. You were talking to him about it, so I didn't know if he was local as well. But okay.
No, well, only because it's becoming a popular thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I've seen, and I would assume that it's not much different from the modular and mobile home market. Mm. It's just a shipping container. But that market, you know, mobile homes and modular homes has been around. The shipping container, you probably have to find a lender that's on the creative side, that's a little more not as strict with regulations, that's willing to work with you. You're probably going to have to do a creative loan. If not a traditional lender, you probably have to do something with like a hard money lender. Those can get expensive though. So it's a different lane. It's a different lane, and it can go a lot of ways. You know what I mean?
You know, to be cheaper, you can just go live in a storage unit.
It's too early in the show to say that word, but first of all, no. We weren't going to do the lending option because shipping containers are $1,500 to $3,000 a piece. You need 4 to have a house as big as this one, if not a little larger. So.
Excuse me.
And then, okay, hold on. He got shit on my shipping container idea 3 times in a week. So
you come back on, huh?
But okay, thank you, Shaun.
So you guys are going to you guys are doing a shipping container?
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, thank you. We had a thought that we needed to buy the land first, and then get the containers, and we'll first make sure the land is equipped to handle it and all of that. So you kind of let me know we're kind of in the right process. But no, we weren't going to go the lending route.
Got a free conversation.
Well, we can always talk offline and
For sure. I got your information from Jerry. Yeah. And you're going to put it in the comments, right?
Absolutely. You know I'm going to put them in the comments, and I'm going to let them shout it out right now. Shaun, what can people follow you on social media if they need this amazing real estate agent, multi-million-dollar real estate agent producer?
You can find me on Facebook, Shaun Lewis, ShaunLewis. I'm on Instagram, _Shaun Lewis _. I haven't really been on Twitter in a long time, and I definitely gonna do the TikToks and everything else. But,
You TikToking in the house.
You should. He should.
You can make a grip on TikTok. You can monetize it.
I see.
You're right.
I got it. That's something I got to work myself into.
There you go, brother.
With JTG Entertainment.
There you better shut up and say something. But listen, we appreciate you coming on. We're going to give you another round of applause. We appreciate you for coming on to Dignified Delinquents.
Yes,
ladies and gentlemen, Shaun Liu.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So Vasco, what's the segment question of the day? What's that?
Question of the day. Oh my Lord, that's where you come to me, and I have a question for you.
Oh, okay.
And today's question is:
shut up.
What are the tips to nailing an interview? Now, I asked this personally, to be honest with you, because I'm starting to get to that age and that point in my my life, career, whatever you want to call it, where I'm about to branch out into the workforce for real. Granted, we all know that I'm striving to do things, you know what I'm saying, by myself, so I don't have to rely on anybody else. But realistically looking, if that need be, what are some tips that y'all can give me for
need be?
You know what I'm saying, for preparing to be in the workforce, like an interview type thing?
For sure.
You want to go? You want me to go?
Oh yeah, ladies first.
My biggest one, and I think it's common sense, but maybe it's not so common anymore, is to dress for the interview. Mm-hmm. Please wear
right there?
Business attire.
Don't wear that.
Something like, well, maybe
shirt.
not black on black.
All right. Shit on scope.
But the fact that your pants are ironed and creased,
Yeah.
the fact that you have on hard bottoms is good.
And a belt.
Okay, all of that.
Take the
tucked
necklace
in.
off.
It's good steps. Some people I feel like show up in jeans and a t-shirt, or maybe a tucked in polo and things like that. I think we need to get back to dressing business professional for an interview. That would be one to trying to secure the job. Mm-hmm. For where I'm at right now in my career, and I want to make sure that the job suits me as well, is that I would ask, what's the diversity like at your company, and how do y'all cater to making sure that people who are of different cultures feel comfortable and that they're included in everything? That's definitely a question that I would ask.
I like that.
For sure. So I think the reason why I rock with you is because you remind me a lot of myself. We're very charismatic. So one of the things that I learned in an intro to psychology class is that you always want to interview first or last, because everything in between can get washed.
Facts.
People remember the first thing and they remember the last thing. So if they're offering you like, hey, we're having interviews and these are the times that are available, always go for the last one, because you're gonna remember that last person. So one thing about me that I always say is like, you are not going to forget the impression that I leave on you. So no matter who you saw before me, that damn Jerry L was somebody. Something special.
Right, yeah.
So if you had the opportunity to pick your interview times, always pick the last one. And if the last one isn't available, always go for the first one, so you can leave a big impression.
Okay.
You set the standard.
Okay.
And I would say, to Vanessa's point, dress professionally, business professional. I think that, you should know that when you go into an interview and you're wearing a 3-button suit, you should know always, sometimes never, sometimes always never. You should know if you want a 2-button suit, that is always never. You should know that when you walk into a room, you don't take your jacket off until the highest ranking person in that room takes their jacket off.
What does always never mean?
So if you have a button suit on, you got your jacket on you?
Yeah.
Can you put it into the camera?
For sure.
So how many buttons do you have on your jacket?
I got 2 buttons on my jacket.
So on your jacket, just hold it. On your jacket, you have 2 buttons. So always nevers means that top one is always buttoned, the bottom one is never buttoned. Mm-hmm. If you have on 3 buttons, there's sometimes, always, never. So sometimes you can. So if you wanted to button that top one on the 3 button, you can, but you always button that bottom one. I mean the middle one. You never button that last one. So always never, and then sometimes always never. So I founded a organization called the Dignified, not Dignified, the Distinguished Black Gentlemen at JU. And I had to do a lot of research just on professional dress and how to conduct yourself in interviews and so forth.
That's hard.
So it's something I learned.
That's awesome.
Through,
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah. So
creative ass nigga.
You know it. You know me. But yeah, so I would say that, and you don't take your jacket off until the highest ranking person in the room
I didn't
takes
know
their
that.
jacket off. And I learned that from, shout out to all the good bros. That was just something we learned in Kappa when we went to our initiation. So if you're on an interview and the person who's interviewing you is the CEO, if he has his jacket on, walking outside to hot hell, you keep your jacket on until he takes his off or hers off.
Okay.
So I'll say that. Always try to interview last, and you make sure that you ask questions in the interview. So
these are some great tips.
So at the end of the interview, say, "You have anything for us?" Make sure that you have at least 3 to 4 questions written down that you ask.
For sure.
That's what I gotta say. But we gotta get the hell up out of here. Sco, where can they follow you at on social media?
Y'all already know, man. You can follow me at im.vsj on Snapchat, Instagram, or Twitter at theim.vsj. Nessa, where can they find you at?
Facebook, Nessa Ness. Instagram, Nessa_Mufasa. Statement.threat for my T's. And Twitter is Nessa_Mufasa. Jerry?
They can follow me on all platforms at Jerry the Great. Everything at Jerry the Great, THA Great. You know everything. If you want to follow me on social media, just follow me at Jerry the Great. And we are the Dignified. Make sure that y'all follow us on social media. That y'all go to the Dignified Delinquents on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Find us, follow us, and you will enjoy all of the things that you see. Now we are doing some things. We are going into the new year. We are trying to grow this show exponentially, and we are working at it, and I think that our listenership can enjoy that. Yeah. So I'm just proud of what we are.
Tag a friend.
Tell a friend to tell another friend to tell their friend to join in, because we are growing this show. Thanks. We are doing what we got to do, and we are getting to where we need to be. I am so proud of y'all for y'all growth and all of the things that y'all have learned from this, from where y'all were to where y'all are now. Yeah, and man. We are, we doing this damn thing.
We're getting up there, man.
I'm proud of you.
We're doing the damn thing.
You know what I'm saying? You on episode 2, going on episode 3 of.
Look at you.